Hey guys, coming at you with another deck profile. We're going to get right into it. Today we have Azamina White Forest. This deck I play a lot. The Mitsurugi Ogdoadic I play slightly more than this, but this has actually become one of my favorite decks too. I know I'm more of like a gimmick puppet Dark World kind of person, and this is like the total opposite of that, but something about this is just a kind of cool deck. This is like the only like waifu deck I kind of play. But anyways, let's get right into it. So you're gonna have your searcher, Sylvie of the White Forest at 3. This is on normal or special summon. Going to add you a White Forest spell trap from your deck to your hand. So three of those, three LZs. So the theme of this deck basically is, or sorry, the mechanic of it is rather you send spell or traps from field or hand to the grave, and it triggers off their mechanics. It's usually going to be special summoning. When you do that with this card, you can add a white forest monster from your deck to your hand, and then a lot of them will summon themselves based on spells, traps, based on the white forest or spellcaster monsters that you have in the field. So very easy to get bodies on the field with this deck. So LZ at 3, a stellar at 2. You can special summon. So you can special summon a light spellcaster tuner from your deck to the field by discarding, or sorry, by sending one spell trap from your hand to the grave or field to the grave. So this is good in order to get another body into your synchro summoning. This card recently come out, Diabellstar Vengeance. This card is actually really good in tandem with Diabell's the White Witch. So what this will do is this you can send one spell trap to your from field or hand to the grave to special summon this. This you can send one Sinful Spoils card to the grave. You have a few options. You can send this thing, or you can send the Sinful Spoils trap, which we'll get into. That will add the um, that will add the spell card you need. You use the spell card to get this in hand. Then what you do with this is you banish one spell and one trap from your grave or field, and you can special summon this thing. So while these two are on the field, you basically don't even need an extra deck because monsters you control cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card effects while you control two or more Diabell monsters, which both of these are Diabells and Diabell Star. Uh, and then this thing, so quick effect, you can pay half your life points. Target one card your opponent controls, destroy it. Then, if another Diabell monster is on the field, you can special summon one tuner, synchro monster, illusion, or spellcaster from your extra deck. So basically, protect each other, quick effect destruction, and then also special summoning. So these two here are like the bread and butter of this deck, actually. We play Diabell Star at 1 in this deck. You can play 2. I feel like 3 is too much. 1 works for me because she will search you out a Sinful Spoils. But what's good is if you have Wanted, you can search her, or you can search out the Diabell Star Vengeance. So now Wanted works for both of these cards, not just Diabell Star anymore. So I would recommend playing Wanted more than you actually play Diabell Star, the Black Witch. One Rusia of the White Forest. So as long as you control a White Forest monster, you can special summon this from your hand. You can send one spell trap from your hand or field to the grave to draw a card. And then the good thing is this and the other level 4, what's her name, Sylvie, the from hand or grave. So if you have a light synchro tuner monster, you can send that back to the extra deck and then special summon this or Sylvie from grave or hand, which is good for if your opponent targets or they want to banish, wipe on the field, whatever it is. So they'll miss target and then you'll have a body on the field. In this deck, we play Toy Soldier and Toy Tank. These cards are amazing in this deck. The toy box, they're actually really broken in this deck, especially with Toy Soldier. So if these cards are basically set, so you could set these cards from hand as spell traps in the back row, and by sending them, you'll trigger off not only your White Forest monsters, you will also trigger off these effects. So Toy Soldier, you if this card is like as a set spell trap, if he's sent to the grave, you can special summon this card. Then if it's normal or special summon, which will trigger off of that, you can add one toy box spell, continuous spell from your deck to your hand. Or if you already have toy box, you can add one level 4 light monster instead, which will be your White Forest Sylvie or Rusia most likely. So this card will get you actually into your White Forest. This card pretty much same effect. So if it's set, you send it, you can special summon it. You contribute this monster, and you can special summon one level 6 or lower from your hand. Or if you control Toy Box, you can special summon one level 6 or lower monster from your graveyard. So I mean, like just the special summoning alone, you get the option from your hand. But if you also control Toy Box, you can choose a target from the grave. So I mean, in this deck, that is pretty broken. Then we play LZ Azamina of the White Forest. So this is not only searchable for from your White Forest cards, also your Azamina. So what you do is you reveal this card, and then you can special summon one White Forest or Azamina monster from your hand. So including this, if you want to special summon this, it's a level 2, so even if you want to special summon, you have a normal summon, you can special summon. During your main phase, you can fusion summon one Azamina fusion monster from your extra deck using monsters from your hand or field. If this card is sent to the graveyard as synchro material, you can add one Sinful Spoils card from your deck to your hand. So it's already activates as a fusion mechanic, but most likely you're going to be synchro summoning. And then when you synchro summoning using this card, you get access into your Sinful Spoils cards. So that is it for the monsters. Let's get into the spells. Excuse me. We have a lot of normal spells, so we will play Triple Tactics Thrust at 3. We're going to be playing Wanted at 3. So you could play it at 2, but like I said earlier, Diabell Star, the monster thingy, is searchable off of this. So you get your Diabell Star, the Black Witch, and then you get your Diabell Star demon form thing off of this. So having Dia Bellstar Black Witch at 1 will search you this. You will see this more often than not at 3. So I mean, it'll just get you right into your Dia Bellstars, whether it's the Black Witch you need to get you a Sinful Spoils card or to get the other one in order to summon it to the field. So 3 wanted is what you want, and maybe 2 Dia Bellstar the Black Witch. I would recommend 1. For me, 1 works, but play it however you like. Toy box. This is the card you want to get your toys secondary triggers off, basically. So with this, you can once per turn, when an opponent's monster declares an attack, you can send one face down card you control to the graveyard, destroy that opponent's monster. So this also works for a lot of triggering off of your White Forest spell traps, because a lot of them do trigger off sending to the grave. Also works for a toy box. Gets rid of your opponent's monster, and then it has 1 or 2 other additional effects. So once per turn, you can activate one of these effects from your hand, deck, face-up monster zone, and or graveyard. Choose up to 2 monsters with toy in their names that can set themselves from the hand as a spell and set them in your spell. So you can set up your back row with this, or destroy up to 2 cards in your spell and trap zone. So either way, you can basically search out the cards you need, or you can set them. So I would play this at 3. I just have it at 2 right now because I just don't have a third one. But 2 works for me, but 3 is more than ideal in this deck. So the toy box is actually, I feel like it's such an underrated engine. Like I feel like playing it right, like with this deck, it's pretty OP. Playing it, I feel like it should get just as much recognition as the Fiendsmith engine. However, I kind of don't want that, because once people start finding some broken shit, you know that they're gonna fix it. So right now, just leave it alone. We play Witch of the White Forest. This is your field spell searcher. I know people play this at 3. I only have 1 right now. I feel like 1 is not too bad in this deck. Maybe playing it at 2 or 3 could help out, but for now, 1 is pretty good. So when you activate this card, you can add 1 White Forest monster from your deck to your hand. But the thing is, you can't special summon dark monsters from the extra deck at least. So if you have the Bellstar Black Witch, you can still special summon her. Just know that you can't really get into your extra deck your extra deck monsters with this if you activate this. So just so you know, if you're trying to summon SP Little Knight or something, just be aware of that. Let's see. For the first time, each White Force monster you control that would be destroyed by a battle each turn is not destroyed, so it has battle protection. You can target one White Force monster you control, treat it as a tuner this card. So this will also get you into your synchros, basically. So it's a searcher, protection, and basically, like, it'll get you material for synchro something. We play Sinful Spoils of the White Forest at 1. We play Tales of the White Forest at 1. So this is your searcher. This one will special summon a fiend, illusion, or spellcaster monster from your hand. Actually, I played this in my Dark World deck because it's a quick effect for even fiends. So when I played the Dark World Chimera deck, it special summoned fiends or illusions, and also spellcaster because I did play Diabellstar in that deck. But mainly, I mean, it's very underrated just for that first mechanic of getting out your illusions. And if you know something like Emissary from House of Wax, so if you have it on field, your opponent's trying to, finish you off by battle, you just bring out your illusions, and illusions can't be destroyed by battle. Also, this used to get me a lot of material for Grapha or Colorless quick effects. So then I would use the quick effect Dark World Fusion, make Colorless or make Grapha, and then basically end it from there. So this works actually really well, even in a Fiend deck or even in a like Illusion deck, like Guardian Chimera kind of deck like that. Fusion summon one Fusion monster from your extra deck using materials from your hand or field. So, I mean, it's a pretty good card, not just for like a White Forest. Tales of the White Forest is your searcher. Susurrus of the Sinful Spoils. Target one illusion or spellcaster monster you control. Return that target monster to the hand or extra deck. Then special summon one illusion or spellcaster monster from your graveyard or banishment. So basically, you're going to make your opponent miss target with this. These three are the ones that, when they're set, they trigger to basically um, either set or from the hand. So if they get sent to the grave, they will trigger to set themselves back up. So these two are quick plays. This one is a normal spell, so you can activate this. These you can even set up. So let's say during your opponent's turn, once they're set up, you'll use them. So that's good to know. So even with the toy box cards, these will help you out. Philia Diabell. Add one level 8 or higher Diabell monster from your deck to your hand. If your opponent controls a monster, you can special summon it instead. If this card is banished, you can make all Diabell monsters you control gain 500 attack. So this is the card that will search you out your what's her face? The Diabell, the White Forest monster, or the Diabell's the demon Diabellstar chick. And what you're gonna do is once you use that, you're gonna send it. This will be the cost to special summon the Diabellstar demon chick, which will give you 500 attack to your Diabell's monsters. So they'll be juiced up to 300. They'll have protection. The destruction effect of Diabellstar. So this is the card you ideally want to banish to get her out. Scourge of the White Forest. Tribute one synchro monster, then target one face-up card on the field. Negate its effects until the end of the turn. Then, if you tribute a White Force Synchro monster to activate this effect, you can special summon one illusion monster from your grave. So, yeah, basically that. And then also, this is another card, White Forest, sending it, bring it back to set it. So we'll play that at 1. Azamina Debtors. This is basically the hollowed Azamina, but as a quick effect. So, you send your Sinful Spoils, and then special summon your Azamina monsters from the extra deck. So, I mean, basically, that's what it is. So, if you want to set this up to basically bring out, let's say, your Azamina Ilsylvia to negate during your opponent's turn, so you basically have this. The Hollowed Azamina. So this is a card that sends your Sinful Spoils cards to the grave to special summon your Azamina monsters. Deceptions of the Sinful Spoils. This is the card you trigger one card to add a Azamina card from your deck to your hand. In this deck, you can search out a lot with that. Basically, and then this is the card that you send to the grave in order to special summon your Azamina monsters. It has a lot of secondary effects, which won't really come up too much, but the gist of it, this is the card that you're going to send. We play Triple Tactic Talent at 1. We play Crossout Designator at 1, obviously, and then Called by the Grave at 1, obviously. So that's it for the spells. Moving on to the traps. This I just added. I haven't had a chance to play this at locals yet, but the Black Goat Laughs. So anyone who knows from field, from grave, it's pretty powerful to stop your opponent. We play this at 1. I've seen a lot of people play it. I played it with like my friends and cousins, but I haven't played it in like a like local setting yet. So I don't really know how it plays competitively. But I see a lot of deck profiles say, hey, this is a good card to have in this. It's a searchable card off of Triple Tactics, so I have yet to try it out. Even playing with friends and family hasn't really come up a lot. It's come up once or twice, but I mean, I'm sure it has a lot of uses in this deck. Plus, this deck doesn't take up a lot of space, so having this at 1 is not going to kill you. Woes of the White Forest. Special summon one White Forest monster from your hand or deck. Then immediately after the effect resolves, you can synchro summon one White Forest monster. So this is what you want to get the that wolf chick out basically, and that it will like Book of Eclipse on summon. And then same thing, setting yada yada. Azamina Aphis. This card is always treated as a White Forest card, so this is also searchable of something like Sylvie. Target cards on the field up to the number of fusion and synchro monsters in your field and graveyards that are fiend, illusion, or spellcaster. Return them to the hand. So this is very powerful for when you set up your board, you can clear your opponent's board. Playing this at 1. Curse of Diabels. This is the one that will get you the Diabel Star. What the hell is her name? I always forget. Diabel Star Vengeance. Okay, that's it. So this is the card. If you control 2 or more Diabel monsters, send one monster from you control to the grave. Destroy all face-up cards your opponent controls. So that is actually comes up a lot less than you would think. But basically, this is the card you want to send to the grave with what's her face's effect. The Diabel Star, the White Witch. You can send one Sinful Spoils or Diabel card. So you would most likely want to send this. Um, so if it's sent to the grave or banished, you can add one Diabel spell trap. So you will add the what's it called? You're gonna add Philia Diabel with this, and then you're gonna use this to search out the Diabel Star Vengeance, most likely. Then you banish this along with Philia Diabel to special summon. Then your Diabel's monsters will get the 300 attack bonus, and you haven't really wasted any other cards you might want to keep in the grave to be able to set themselves. So that's just an easy way to get her out. But those are the 2 cards that most likely you're going to use. All right, moving on to the extra deck. We play SP Little Knight at 1. Basically. In this deck, we play Celine, Queen of the Master Magicians at 1. This will really help you out because you have a lot of spellcasters in this deck. You use a lot of spell cards, so you can easily get your spellcaster monsters. Poplar of the White Forest. This works really well in this deck as well. Because if it's special summon, you can target 2 White Forest monsters in your grave. Place them face up in the owner's spell trap zones as continuous spells. During your opponent's main phase quick effect, you can immediately after this effect resolves, synchro summon using this card you control. So this card is good to set up your monsters as material for your other White Forest. What has actually come up with this too is when your opponent so let's say you special summon this. Then if your opponent tries to target cards in your grave, you can actually use this to set them up as well. This is the Book of Moon or Book of Eclipse in this deck, basically. Silvera, Wolf Tamer of the White Forest. So if this card special summon, you can change all face-up monsters your opponent currently controls to face-down defense position. Illusionist, Spellcaster, Synchro monsters you control gain 500 attack. Also, they inflict piercing damage. Double piercing damage, actually. So not only piercing, so this will turn everything into defense mode. Not only will it pierce, it will double the attack damage. This card is broken in this deck. Very easily searchable. Like I said with the trap, what you want to do is you want to get this out and then turn your opponent's field upside down, basically. So when it comes to your turn, you basically just beat them down. Arcelia, Sinister Soul of the White Forest. We play this at one. If this card is synchro summoned, send one spell trap from your hand or field to the grave. Add one White Forest card or one light spellcaster monster from your deck to your hand. I do believe you can also search out. I don't know. Effect Veiler is Effect Veiler. Let me search that up real quick just to be sure. I don't want to misguide you guys. Yeah, so you can also search out Effect Veiler to get an additional hand trap from deck to hand with this. Diabelle, Queen of the White Forest. If this card is synchro summoned using a tuner synchro monster, you can target one spell trap in your grave, add it to hand. So you can not only just set it, you can get it back to hand to be able to use it as material. When your opponent activates a card or effect, quick effect, send one spell trap from your hand to the grave. Special summon one level 7 or lower tuner synchro monster from your extra deck, graveyard, or banishment. So that's very powerful in this deck, as I already explained. Chaos Angel at 1. This is very easily doable in this deck. This is another card I just got. I haven't really used in this deck. I don't even know what he does. I forgot what he does. Juration, the Cursed Thunder God. Each time your opponent activates a card or effect, gain 300 life points. When it resolves during your opponent's turn, quick effect, you can pay 1,500 life points, tribute this card, then activate one of these effects. Destroy all face-up monsters your opponent controls. Destroy all face-up spell and trap cards your opponent controls. All right, there you go. It's a board wiper basically. I just got him. I just put him in this deck. I haven't had a chance to use him at all. So I mean, I clearly forgot what the hell he did. Snake Eyes Vengeance Dragon. This card is basically um the what was the Snake Eyes Dragon dude of this deck basically. During the main phase, you can target one face-up monster on the field or in either graveyard. Place it in its Place it face up in its owner's spell trap as a continuous spell. Also, this card cannot use this effect next turn. This is a quick effect during the battle phase. Quick effect. You can target one monster and one continuous spell on the field. Destroy them. So yeah, he's basically the Sinful Spoils Flamebird's Dragon. That's it of this deck. Magistus Chorizo. You summon this basically by special summoning or by sending the fusion material cards, which is one fusion, synchro, Z's or link monster plus one spellcaster monster. And then during battle phase, when a monster declares an attack, you can negate that attack and then have one other card gain the attack of that equal to the monster's attack, basically. So he's a good attack negator. Plus, he can buff up one of your other monsters, including himself. It's a good way to basically, you know, yeah, stop attacks. Azamina, getting into the Azamina fusions, we have Murcielago, which is the Searcher. We have Il Silvia, which is your Omni Negate. And we have Azamina Mo Regina. You can target one illusion monster in your grave except Azamina Mo Regina. Special summon it. When Azamina or Sinful Spoil's card or effect is activated, except hers, quick effect, target up to two cards on the field, destroy them. So basically, if you have them, you use any other Azamina card, and then you can also eliminate your back row or your opponent's back row. Guardian Chimera at 1 in this deck. and Saint Azamina. So this card is awesome. So when this thing is special summoned, your opponent cannot target cards in their field, graveyard, or banishment, or cards on the field with card effects. So basically, if your opponent is trying to set up their board after you have this, they basically can't use anything other than what's in their deck or hand. Your opponent takes any battle damage you would have taken. If this card is fusion summoned this turn, quick effect, special summon one level 9 or lower Azamina monster from your deck or extra deck. So not only will you get this out as fusion, but you can also, let's say, get out your Regina. You can also get out your Il Sylvia, or you can also get out your Murcielago. So, like, how broken is that? You basically get two summons for the price of one. That is it for the extra deck. Um, Moving on to hand traps. So in this deck, you don't need to, but I mean, you could. I side out the Molcharmi Fulos. You don't really need because basically everything in this deck not only does something, but then it also searches. So I mean, if anything, I would replace these three with Effect Veiler because Effect Veiler is searchable in this deck. Plus, it's a hand trap basically. So I mean, you could going second. This card is not too bad, but you don't really need it in this deck. Three Ash Blossoms, three Droll, and two Book of Eclipse. I normally don't play these as side cards, but I mean, in this deck, having these down is extra protection for you, basically. Even if your opponent draws cards, um, it's not that big a deal because most likely you're going to set up an impossible to beat board. So that's basically it for this deck profile. Let me know what you guys think. If you guys have any other variants, if you want to see a follow up video with combos and whatnot, just let me know. But that's basically this deck. I don't know. Like I said, I'm more of a Dark World gimmick puppet. I love the dark archetypes, but something about having some creepy White Forest. It seems like one of those things where like it's too good to be true. So I mean, I kind of like the whole lore thing because if you do like look up the lore, it's pretty creepy. But I don't know. There's something compelling about this deck to me. But anyways, that's it for me. Let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you guys next time.